Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at arklatex I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Thursday morning forecast update. Just like every other day this week, we have another heat advisory today. Same hours, it will be from noon until 7, and we're kind of getting into the peak of this heat wave here over the next few days. It is possible today. We're calling for those heat index readings or the feels like temperatures to be between 105 and 109, but it's possible they could even be a little bit higher than that as we're really going to start to dry out, and I think just that increase in sunshine through the day will tack on a few more degrees to the afternoon highs. So it starts out pretty warm, mid to upper 70s early this morning, and just kind of warms up very quickly here. We do have that heat advisory going into effect at noon in most areas today, about 96 to 98 degrees. We just have a slight chance of seeing a little bit of rain pop up south of Interstate 20. We'll get to that in a moment, but there's your early morning temperatures. We will start out in the upper 70s, so I just urge everybody, if you have to be outside, if you're having to have a hankering to mow the lawn or something like that, make sure you get it done early this morning. It is going to be pretty brutal out there later today as far as the heat. 98 today for Marshall, Shreveport, and Texarkana, and near 100 degrees in Magnolia. So the heat really starting to build in here. And of course, looking there at the heat index, which is factored by combining those temperatures in the 90s this afternoon with that high humidity. And it's really just the high humidity that's causing us all the grief. But you can see we do have some locations on there by 1 p.m. that are showing the heat index closer to 110. And usually if you see that, you get an excessive heat warning, which is the next step up from the heat advisory. But either way, we're just kind of splitting hairs. It will be dangerously hot out there after about 10 a.m. this morning. So the hope the last few days has been to get a little bit of rainfall. We've been fortunate to see that. We do have a few showers south of I-20 near our Texas counties this morning, but it looks like that activity will be scooting away from us, and high pressure is really starting to build in now. You can see the center of the high just 100 miles or so to the north of us, so that's kind of like the center of the burner on the stove there. The closer we get to that, the hotter it gets, and that's exactly where we're kind of suffering through the heat here today. So looking at Robinson Futurecast, what you'll notice with that high kind of building in here, it is starting to kind of dry out the northern Arklatex, so the chance of seeing any rain across the I-30 corridor today is extremely low. And I would say the same thing for I-20. It looks like if we do see some of those afternoon showers, it would generally be on a line here from Natchitoches and Sabine Parish up through maybe Shelby, Panola, as well as Rusk counties. Can't rule out maybe just a very stray shower in Shreveport today, but we won't see the thunderstorm activity that we've experienced for the past few days, and it looks like everybody kind of completely drying out tomorrow and through the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, we'll hit the very top of the heat wave here on Saturdays. I think we'll have quite a few areas pushing 100 degrees, and maybe on Sunday as well, but late Sunday, that's when our next cold front gets here, so thankfully there is some relief on the way. Instead of this heat wave building, it will finally come to an end early next week. So you're looking at the temperatures Sunday, again, quite a few of us may be pushing 100 degrees by Sunday afternoon, but we do have that well-timed cold front moving in Sunday into Monday. So we'll start out next week with temperatures falling into the 80s, and I think the best part about the weather pattern next week is it looks like the humidity will be low Monday through at least Thursday. So we're going to have a nice stretch here, what is typically the hottest point of the summer, where we have below average temperatures, average being 95. I think we'll stay below that for much of next week. The humidity will be lower much of next week. It will still be warm, but even in the afternoon, it should feel okay to be outside for much of next week. And it looks like our best shot for rain will be during the day on Monday.